are we supposed to start the podcast?
Happy Friday, YouTube exclusive content. My biological children have joined us in my lap. We have Tubbers. In Pumps' lap, we have my only daughter, the darling Cha-Cha. But
who wanted to come in my lap?
She did. She wanted to be in your lap. We have some news that we want to discuss with you all today. And we have to talk about the Moms for Liberty. Let's just do a little background quick because we are thorough, if nothing else. Moms for Liberty is an American conservative political organization that advocates against school curricula that mention LGBTQ plus rights, race, ethnicity, critical race theory, and discrimination. Multiple chapters have campaigned to ban books that address gender and sexuality from school libraries. They ban books, Pumps, that feature LGBTQ plus characters. They support anti-trans laws across the country. Trump calls the anti-LGBTQ plus group, he calls them a grassroots juggernaut. They're a juggernaut, and they're on track to be instrumental in the 2024 election. These Moms for Liberty, except for black and brown kids, gay kids, trans kids.
It's just a bunch of racist homophobes, and I think it should be called the Moms of Stupidity instead of Moms of Liberty, because I think that's way more accurate.
I think that's probably pretty good. But some fuckery started happening.
Of course it did.
Specific fuckery that I really enjoy, which is Republican Christian hypocrisy.
It's one of your favorites.
Love to traffic in that area. So we got this couple, okay, Bridget and Christian, okay, they're married, and they are, of course, residents of Florida.
Naturally.
Buddies with Kitten Hill DeSantis. They pal around with Kitten Hill, all right? So Bridget, she is the co-founder of the Moms for Liberty, and she is a member of the Sarasota School Board. Christian is the chairman of the Florida GOP, and he was appointed by none other than Kitten Hill.
Of course he was.
So Kitten Hill pals around with this couple, and they are dynamos in the Florida GOP. She works for the school board, friends with Kitten Hill. The husband is the chair of the GOP. They're just a Republican dynamic duo in the great state of Florida, and they pal around with Kitten Hill, okay, to paint the landscape for you here. Well, Bridget, she was instrumental in ushering in the Don't Say Gay bill, and she likes to push a Christian agenda in public schools. She wants to ban critical race theory, and she was also appointed on Kitten Hill DeSantis's approved Disney oversight board. We're going to get to the Disney oversight board momentarily.
Okay.
Because I think there's just a lot there. But as you can see, this is a good Christian couple.
Right. That they're
friends with the governor.
Right.
Republican dynamos, a dynamic duo in the great state of Florida, pushing for family values, right? They probably have a really good Christian marriage.
Oh, I'm sure it's as pure as the driven snow.
I bet there's some Bible study classes.
Oh, they conduct nightly Bible study with their children.
Yeah. Well, apparently, Bridget and Christian like to have menage a trois. I don't have a problem with it. If it's consensual, I don't give a fuck. But here's my thing for Bridget. If you're engaged in a menage a trois, and the menage a trois in which they engaged in included another woman.
Right.
Okay. And as we know, because I've just read to you what Bridget's been up to in the great state of Florida, she likes to push this anti-LGBTQ agenda, and she likes to ban books with gay people in it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking girl, guy, bedroom. I'm thinking some gay stuff might have gone on.
It has to have, right?
Let's ask a lesbian. Kylie, do you think in a menage a trois, you think Bridget's doing gay shit?
It's a little bit gay, I would say.
Yeah.
She's covering at least the B in LGBTQIA+. She's bisexual.
L.
Probably some L going on.
There's some L.
So she's almost got the whole alphabet in there.
So this is my thing. If you want to take the moral high ground and go grandstand around with Kitten Hill and, be on some anti-LGBTQ plus tirade and ban books, and that's your big agenda, you can't at the same time do slap and tickles with women for your husband's benefit.
Right. But I have found in my 50 plus years on this earth, that the people that are pointing it out and the angriest about it and saying how bad it is, 9 times out of 10, they're the worst offenders.
Well, there's no question.
So, this is just hypocrisy in motion. Of course it is. Like, I'm not even remotely surprised.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Well, they've all admitted that there was a consensual menage a trois.
Right.
With Bridget and Christian, who I will remind everybody are the Republican dynamic duo in Florida.
They're the
whippersnappers.
They want to bring Christianity in the public schools.
They are whipping that state and their Christian family values right into shape.
Do you think they menage before or after Bible study?
They probably menage before the Bible study.
Okay.
Because, see, I think there's a loophole. Then you go to Bible study and you say, hey, I'm sorry, forgive me, washed away. Because they've probably been saved.
All right.
Maybe tongue-talking afterwards. For sure, tongue-talking during.
There's no doubt about
I'm sure there was some tongue-talking going on, maybe even some scissoring with Bridget and the friend. I don't know, but here's the timeline of it. So they do the consensual menage.
Right.
Okay. And then they decide that they're going to schedule another.
Okay. They liked it.
Another menage. The girl, the third member of the tryst, cancels. Bridget cancels. Christian, Bridget's husband, who is pals around with Kitten Hill all the time, he goes ahead and shows up to the menage without his wife.
Ooh.
And this other woman has now alleged that she was sexually assaulted by Christian, who is Kitten Hill's BFF.
It's just the whole thing. The hypocrisy is so gross. They're so gross.
Christian, of course, denies the allegations.
Of course he does. Is that how we got all this information? Is the third party busted everybody out on the menage?
Yes.
Okay.
And now Governor Kitten Hills has asked Christian to resign. But he hasn't asked Bridget to resign from her Disney oversight board.
Well, obviously she's the person to pass moral judgment on Mickey Mouse, wouldn't you say? The perfect person.
Let's dive into this. What the fuck is the Disney Oversight Board meeting? What the fuck, Kitten Hill?
I think he just made it up to try to gig at Disney.
Here's what it is. They're afraid because Disney's uber popular.
Right.
And Disney is going to be around longer than Kitten Hill's terms.
For sure.
Because he's face planted in his presidential race spectacularly.
Right.
I think he stands on a little booster box.
With this little Kitten Hills on.
The Kitten Hills don't get him tall enough, so he also does a booster box plus the Kitten Hill. So what he's afraid is that Disney might have a character in one of their movies that might be gay.
Just goes all through me.
Or maybe black. They're probably upset about the Little Mermaid being black.
Infuriating. And
so could you imagine being a fly on the wall at the Disney Oversight Board meeting? A circle jerk beyond circle jerks led by morally bankrupt idiots, Christian hypocrites of the highest form. All right. So the members have now started splitting away from the Moms of Liberty because of this, because there was also on their website, they quoted Hitler.
No, they did not.
They sure did.
Well, but they don't study history, so they don't know better because they're ignorant and willfully stupid.
I think you're giving them a little bit too much credit, Pops.
You just think they're horrible people, racists.
I don't think it was just, oops, we accidentally quoted Hitler.
It was in
guess
their
you're right.
in their very first newsletter they put out. At the top of it was the quote, "He alone who owns the youth gains the future," and cited Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
They cited it all.
They cited
They
it.
did it on purpose.
Yes.
Proudly.
Proudly. Like, I don't understand why people are not up in arms over that. Why did it take? I mean, they did lose all their school board elections. I get that. But that is like, they should immediately be taken off the political landscape. They're dangerous.
Well, there's no question they're dangerous, but this movement of people is into the millions.
I know.
I mean,
It's awful.
you know, so there's, and then they get all these, this is the Fox News crowd, obviously. And it's, the Moms of Liberty is starting to unravel spectacularly. Okay, you got Bridget and Christian. Christian is an alleged, sexual offender now. He's a predator. Bridget is grandstanding and parading all around. She's now saying she's defiant. She will not step down from the Sarasota School Board. She's defiant. And here's the thing. I would just like to interview Bridget and talk to her about the menage.
Right.
Here's the thing, Bridget. If you want to be anti-LGBTQIA+, swing for the fences, nutball. I want to know the details about the menage.
Right.
Did you French kiss the other gal? Did you scissor? Did you go down? What was your husband up to? How much lesbian activity went on? Have you ever looked at your husband's Google search history? What's going on in there? How often? This is the one menage that we know about.
Right.
There's got to be more menages
This was not the first.
involved. These are the things, if you want to have these positions
Right.
and you want to take away privacy and freedom from other people, then I want to take it away from you, Bridget.
Absolutely.
Bridget, we need to know. Because she thinks she has a right to know about other people's families. And other families happen to have gay children. And she thinks it's her fucking business to know about it. So I want to do a tit for tat because I'm a small, petty person. And I want to know all the details about Miss Bridget.
Right, because I just have a hard time believing that if she's up for menage and they're doing all this, that this is her first one. The hypocrisy reeks off of her. And of course she's defiant because they're all defiant. They're all hypocrites, defiant assholes.
Here's a picture that Bridget put up on her Instagram. And it's her in a t-shirt and it says, "Real women aren't men." And she says, #truth. And she also I guess it was Twitter. And she also tweeted it to @BudLight.
Oh, because that's really going to hurt their feelings.
Yeah, she wanted to own the quote unquote libtards.
Right.
So she is just a complete psychopath. And I just want to know some more information about Bridget. You want to be defiant? I want to be defiant. Why does Bridget get to be crazy?
Right. Why does she get to be crazy and everybody's just fine with it?
I want to be crazy. Bridget, when you wore this shirt, did you talk to your lesbian lover prior to wearing that shirt? After, did y'all have a conversation? Did you see that tweet that went up where I owned Bud Light?
Did you think I was really cool? Did it get you off when I said, "Hey, Bud Light, real women aren't men"?
And here's the thing, they're going to continue to completely unravel. And so this is the thing. Everybody's worried about what gay kids are doing or gay people are doing. I just haven't seen the same level of fuckery in that community as I have in the religious right community.
Absolutely. It's far
not even
worse.
comparable.
The hypocrisy, the bad acts, the predatory behavior, well more defined in church areas and the ones that are singing the songs the loudest about how great they are and how moral they are. They're always worse.
And I just don't know how they answer the moral question of, we're pro kids, we're pro family. Well, some families have gay kids.
Right. Why do you give a fuck? the whole thing is the history. Like, you cannot whitewash history. You have to be honest about it intellectually. And they're trying not to be honest. I don't know why they're so, I guess, is it their own racism that makes them so uncomfortable talking about it? Is that what it is?
Well, I think you said in one of our episodes before, history is uncomfortable.
Right, it is.
Life is uncomfortable.
There's a lot of things about it that
But
are.
I think it's specifically in Florida, they're trying to push this narrative that somehow the slave benefited from being enslaved, which is so incredibly offensive.
It's offensive. It's so absurd. And the fact that anybody could say that with a straight face is shocking to me. It is shocking to me.
Here's the deal. I don't give a fuck if you have a menage a trois.
I don't
but
give a shit
Christian,
either.
I do give a shit that you're a sexual predator, alleged sexual predator. I think that's fucked up. And Bridget, I think you aid and abet Christian. Also, of course, his name is Christian.
Of course I was just thinking that same thing. Of course it is.
And Bridget is like, I think if anybody's kids need to be rescued,
It's hers.
it's their kids.
It's absolutely their kids, because the hypocrisy, all the lying, all the secret lives, that's all going to come out.
well, not to mention the religious indoctrination.
All of it.
I mean,
They're the kids that need rescue.
yeah. So Bridget and Christian would like to dedicate this episode to you. And the moms of liberty can go suck a bag of dicks.
Suck a bag of dicks.
But apparently they're too busy eating vagine.
Going downtown.
All right, this has been our Friday YouTube exclusive. If you don't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Every Monday and Friday, we're going to drop just random thoughts that we have in an effort to try to make this YouTube channel somewhat entertaining.
We're going to do our best.
If you don't already, please subscribe to us on a podcast platform. We have episodes that drop every Tuesday and Thursday. And send us a voice memo to our Instagram. We are on tour right now. It's called The Hot Shit Tour. The link is in our social media bios. Pumps, tell them. Now you're going to have to tell them on YouTube. Well, when all are we going to see them?
We will see you next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday if you're in the Patreon Documentary Club, Thursday, Friday. Woohoo!
This is going to take off. I can feel it.
Soar to the
I
top.
can feel it. That totally did it.
That you can't do better than that.
Bye, guys.